This is the Mohead Y'all Show, showcasing the newest and oldest beer styles,
heady conversations,
behind-the-scenes clips,
and subscriber exclusives.
Do you like craft beer?
We do too.
I'm Million Blair.
And I'm Deacon Brother Trent.
Get ready to
Pour heavy.
What's up, Brother Trent?
What's up?
Goddamn, it's good to see your handsome face after a whole week of not seeing.
I know, I missed you.
I missed you too, man. It was, it was cool being on the call-in shit.
Yeah, that was
but
cool.
It was
But
cool,
wasn't the
but it wasn't the
same.
same.
Yeah.
It wasn't the same.
It was fun though.
It was too, and shout out to everybody who jumped on that. Right,
Yeah,
that was
crazy.
It was crazy. It's like people I was not even expecting jumped on.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Yeah, it was good.
It was a good time. But you know what though, man? Speaking of good times and Jimmy Walker, which has nothing to do with what I was gonna say, but we have beer, and they're all from the same company.
Oh,
What? What's going on?
Rochester Mills. 12 days of milkshake stouts.
When, Brother Trent, you always know all this random shit. When did they start it? When did they start with this series?
I mean, they've been doing it for a hot minute.
Have they?
Yeah.
Okay. I only got turned on to it maybe 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, same here.
Okay.
Yeah. But I've been doing it for a while, I guess. So.
Okay. Did not know that, man. Well, what do we have to crack open first?
So there is 12 of them, but we decided to pick the ones that tickled our fancy a little more than others.
Tickle.
But the first one is sweet as pie.
Like
Milkshakes,
you, Brother Trent.
Like, I was about to say like I like my woman.
Sweet like
sweet with pecans.
Ooh, I like my women pecan.
Milk stout. I like my pecan women. Milk stout, ale brewed with milk sugars, cacao nibs, and brown sugar.
Okay. Oh,
not heroin, but actual brown sugar. 5.2%, 20 IBUs, a proprietary 7 malt blend.
Proprietary.
Let's find out.
Let us find out. I will say that label though is looking mighty pie-ish.
Looks like it's got some pecans on it.
It might have some pecans on there. Bam, hit me up, my brother.
Okay.
Bruh, see, God bless America, Brother Trent. I'm hyped because the aroma is already on jam. I mean, smell like straight pie.
Oh, wow. So we've been talking about this shit for a hot minute. Specifically about Rochester Mills and their stouts and the mouthfeel.
Yep.
A little thin most of the time.
Yep.
But flavor and aroma is on point.
Never fails.
I think the last one we had was the toasted marshmallow earlier in the year.
Was that the one that we had on Barrel Chat, or was there one that we had after that?
No, that's what we had at the Fort. I brought.
Oh, that's right. You did have one at the Fort.
I think I brought for Barrel Chat. I brought a mango milkshake.
I think you did. Yep.
Or something, if I remember right. Smells good.
Man, and is Mohead Y'all official, bruh.
And give it a nice swirl. And this is pretty fresh. They just packaged this like last month, I think.
Oh, word.
Hold on a second. Let's see. No, but I kept tabs on it. So they were like canning it in early November, I think.
Okay.
Maybe super late October. Maybe.
Okay.
So they're about a month old.
Yeah. Well, and they're stout, so I mean,
and it's cool.
Yeah. Now, did they do any barrels? Do any in barrels?
Yeah, there's a barrel aged version, just of the OG one.
Okay.
And I think there might be one more.
Did that come in a box?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I know they usually do 1 or 2 barrel aged in the box.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's just one maybe.
Okay.
There's like 3 or 4 Imperial versions, and then there's the barrel aged version.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you, like say, Brother Trent, it's stout. The aroma's there. The head is Mohead Y'all official, but the true test.
Yeah. Here we go.
I'm scared.
Clink, clink.
Clank, clank.
Wow. That tastes really fucking good.
Bruh.
I ain't got front.
That shit tastes fucking delicious.
And honestly, The mouthfeel and the body's actually a little bit bigger than most of the ones we've had, so I'm okay with that.
You know what, Trent? I'm surprised to say that the mouthfeel, I think, for this beer is exactly where it needs to be.
For sure. Maybe they finally just listened to us over the last couple of years, just talking that truth, and they're just like, fuck. All right, here you guys go.
I wish them mohead y'all motherfuckers would quit shitting on us.
The time has come.
The time has come, but man, I am not mad at this beer at all.
It's chocolatey. You get the cocoa nibs. Mm-hmm. You definitely get that lactose in there.
The brown sugar too, man.
That brown sugar comes in at the end, and it kicks a wallop for sure. It tastes like pecan pie.
Straight pecan pie.
Yeah.
And I will say, I don't really get any bitter at all.
No, there's nah.
Sweet as pie.
Sweet as pie. That's the label or the name of the beer.
They ain't never lied.
Nope.
They ain't never lied. Fucking Rochester Mills.
That exhale was really tasty. I just had.
Ooh.
Just from it, just going through my nervous system. Yeah, that exhale was awesome. It's like almost like pancakes.
That was my retronasal olfaction, y'all, that y'all just heard. If in case y'all missed it. Yeah.
Yes.
Bro, you right though. That retro, that's this is good.
It doesn't maybe per se taste like the actual nuts themselves, but like the actual filling of the pie. You definitely get that for sure.
Right. And interestingly enough, 5.2%.
Mm-hmm.
5.2%. And I would say I probably would have guessed it maybe like a 5.5 actually.
Sure. Yeah.
But man, and of course they say got stout. I didn't see that on the top.
I didn't either.
I didn't see that on the top. But you know what I will also say about Rochester Mills and their labels, they're super consistent. They with these anyway, sweet as pie. The label looks like a pecan pie top.
Oh yeah, it's like you're actually looking like a piece of pie.
Exactly. And then the color kind of looks like pie crust, like some of the accent color looks like pie crust. And the font type.
Mm-hmm. Even the texture to the can.
Yep. Everything, man. Consistent. Man, I wanna love Rochester Mills, and I think if this one has definitely increased the heart index.
For sure.
For sure.
They're almost like a guilty pleasure, like how you like to listen to Britney Spears when nobody's home, or if you don't, I don't give a shit. I like to listen to Britney Spears, but
I like looking at her more.
But it's like you want to hate on them, but you want to love them at the same time. But even though I'm like, man, fuck. But for whatever reason, there's something literally like inside of me that's like, you should probably just buy that.
I feel that.
Maybe they control me. I don't know.
Oh, they put something in that last beer, like a little nanobot.
They probably put a little chip in my brain.
Well, all right. So first one. Rochester
not
Mills,
too shabby.
Not too shabby.
Nice job, y'all.
Indeed, Rochester Mills. So we'll definitely give you a shout out for this one.
For sure.
Yes, indeed, man.
Shout out to the new brewery in town.
I was wondering if you was gonna bring that
for
up.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Sure.
Well done, Brother Trent.
Clean.
Clean.
Yep. Hog Molly.
Yes, sir.
So welcome to the community.
Welcome.
I didn't go.
Oh, I thought you was gonna go.
I was going to, but then I heard that it was like hella crowded,
bruh,
and they were having some trouble keeping up and whatnot. So I was like, I'll probably wait another month next time they open, just to let the new wear off just a little bit.
Let that new wear off.
Yeah,
let that new wear off. Well, I would tell you, Brother Trent. I was coming from Greenwood that day. Well, actually, even before that, one of the cats that I know, he sent me a message and he's like, "Yo," he was like, "Luke Crimple was trying to catch up with you that day." And I was like, "Oh." So he sent me his intel, and then I pinged him, and he's like, "Yo, you coming through?" And I was like, "Yeah, I was thinking about coming through." And he's like, "Well, it'd be good to see you." Blah blah blah. So I was like, "All right." So this cat reached out. I'm going to go ahead and show up. So I just happened to leave from Greenwood early. And so I was able to get there about 3:45. Mm-hmm. And I was like, shit. Some motherfucker was in the parking lot, but he was waiting in the car. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to see if the door unlocked. So I roll up in there, door unlocked. And you know, it was crunch time. You could see them in there. Everybody was scrambling and shit. So, you know, I was like, hey, what's up, Dad? I was like, oh, glad you hear this and that. So shout out to them even for, you know, showing us some love too. Sure. You know, saying, hey, you know, first day, you know, sure would be great if you was here. Went in there, you know, shook hands, you know, and met them formally. Mm-hmm. And I will say, Brother Trent, the space is nice. It's not big. It's not huge. But it's a nice space. They did the logo is well branded. You know, the football, the hog molly and all that, you know, so the tap handles, footballs and everything. You know, they got some TVs up in there. They had a food truck. Mm-hmm. I was like, hell yeah. Food truck life in Columbus is sketch because downtown won't let motherfuckers do that. True. So it was cool, and it was Indian food truck. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Indian food truck. So I was like, okay, that's cool. And I remember Lou saying, you know, he's like, yeah, you know, some people is kind of shitty because we chose an Indian food truck. They like, we like Indian food, so fuck y'all motherfuckers. Yeah. I was like, all right.
You don't have to eat it.
You don't have to eat that shit.
Nope.
Order some Domino's or some shit.
Yeah, because you can take your own food there, get delivered or whatever. So I mean,
Well, and to your point about it being crowded, so I was the first one there. I mean, Mohead y'all was the first dollar spent up in that motherfucker, man, and I was very happy to do so. You know, brand new brewery opening up in town because, like I say, Columbus beer scene need another brewery.
Oh, a couple more.
A couple more for sure. So, hey, you know, show them love for stepping out there, you know, and going through all they had to do to get that going. So get up in there. They had 6 beers. I got a flight. Oh, that's what, didn't I say 6?
You said 5. You said 6, but you held up just one hand.
Oh, my bad. Like this. I did. You didn't see that other finger down here by my knee. Yeah, they had 6 beers, and I got a flight. They solid beers, you know, nothing crazy, just solid, well-made beers. I didn't find too much fault in them, but again, the styles were super basic. Mm-hmm. But what really stood out though was they had a lemon beer. I want to say it was an
IPA.
Yeah, session IPA. Yeah, it was a session. The lemon, that was it. It almost reminded me more of a shandy, but it was good. I like that. And they also had a Scottish ale, not a Scotch ale, but a Scottish ale that was kind of peaty. And I didn't really expect that. But it wasn't crazy. Mm-hmm. It wasn't crazy smoky, but it was like, ooh. I like that. That was different. And then the rest were, I think it was another IPA and a stout. Stout was pretty good. And when I say pretty good, I'd say it was, you know, for the style. You know, it was true to style. And they had an amber too, and I heard people they like that amber. About 10 minutes after they opened up, 15 minutes after they opened up, you know, people I knew started rolling in, and motherfuckers kept rolling in.
I bet.
And to your point, man, they were struggling a little bit because they hadn't run. You know, they did some test runs, but. You know, I forgot how you do that on the credit card machine type, you know, and, you know, they didn't have enough flights because people like, give me a flight. So, you know, just all that stuff that you run into when you
shit that you
open
learn
up.
When you first open.
Exactly. So, again, not throwing shade on them, just telling you what my experience was. But it was also very cool to see the beer community show up for them.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that was real cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
That was real cool. So, shout out to them. Wishing them a whole lot of success.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure, man. You got to get in there, Brother Trent.
Yeah, I'll get in there probably next month.
Word up.
Because they only open once per month, right? A weekend per month or something? Or
is it? I thought it was every weekend.
It is not?
Okay.
I didn't think so.
Brains with the intel. One time a month. Okay.
Yeah, it's 1 weekend a month.
Oh, well, I guess it will be next month.
Guess so.
Wouldn't it be great if that weekend was the same weekend as wrestling?
That would be dope. I was just going to say that. That would be sweet.
Word up.
Sweet as pie.
Oh, well, my sweetest pie is gone.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy. We might do we have another pie beer in the mix? Do we have some more pie? Brother Trent, can I have some more pie?
No, you're too hyper.
Oh, gosh. That's what they always tell me.
So speaking of more openings, Hoosiers finally opening up.
Get the fuck out of here, Brother Trent.
Finally.
Bruh.
Finally.
Real life.
Yeah, that's real life. Yeah.
Real life. When is this supposed to be happening?
Soft opening like Hog Molly on the 13th and 14th of December at 6 o'clock. Axe throwing's free this time around. Okay. And the food's 50% off, so go get you some Hoosiers. Say hi to Brian Pine for us.
Word up. Say hi to Brian Pine. Now, when the soft opening, is it a soft opening to the public?
Yes. But you have to RSVP and all that.
Okay. Okay. And when is this happening?
December 13th. So this Friday and Saturday at 6
Friday the 13th.
p.m.
Of course, they would open on Friday the 13th and have axes.
Sign that waiver.
Please.
Sign that waiver.
Sign that waiver. I ain't signing shit. If I cut my arm off,
it's y'all fault.
It's y'all fault. I got free beer for the rest of my life.
Axes and suds everywhere. I don't think so.
Blood and suds.
Yeah. That's what I should call it, blood and suds, or name a beer of that.
That's what I'm saying.
You heard it first, no more head, y'all.
You always hear first, no more head, y'all. Y'all, come on. Brother Trent just cracked another beer, y'all.
This one is peanut butter jelly time.
Oh.
But for real, that's what it's called, peanut butter jelly time.
Okay.
Same milk stout, but this time also with lactose, cocoa nibs, and then this time they put cocoa butter and Concord grapes on it.
Oh, so that shit got that Welch's off in there.
Mm-hmm. So this kind of be like peanut butter, jelly, manelli type stuff. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, we will see what happens. Now, peanut butter and jelly.
I fuck with peanut butter and jelly.
That's what I'm saying.
Especially with a little chocolate up in there.
That's what I'm saying. Ooh.
See, this is the one I think I'm most excited for.
Bruh. And it's, once again, y'all.
Good God.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Mohead Y'all official, and that aroma is emanating.
Holy cow.
Oh, boy.
Literally, holy cow, because there's milk sugar. Oh, look at that pole. Good job, girl. This one's also 5.2, 20 IBU. So if no one is getting it yet, there's the OG milk stout. Milk stout. Shout out to the milk stout. They just make a regular, just straight up milk stout that has lactose and cocoa nibs in it, and then they do their variant thing with it as a base.
For those who didn't know, now you know.
Little fun fact: they actually Rochester Mills owns the phrase milk stout.
No,
they own it. Milkshake stout, yeah.
Left hand, y'all shitty because y'all let that opportunity go by.
Rochester owns
good for them.
Milkshake stout, yeah.
Good for them.
Yep, for sure.
How about that? Man, and I'm going to tell you, Brother Trent, when I first smelled it, I got straight up peanut butter.
Oh, for sure.
Right out the gate. But now I get more jelly, more grape.
It smells like Sweet Baby Jesus with grape.
Interesting analogy.
That's what I get out of it. For all the not the viewers, but the listeners.
Well, they probably viewing something. They might not be viewing us, but they listen and viewing something else. That's what motherfuckers do on podcasts when they listen to podcasts. Now this reminds me of Rochester Mills, Ghost of Rochester Mills past.
Yep.
It does, man. It does. Flavor and aroma, but that mouthfeel is a little thin. But I don't know. Maybe it was intentional for the peanut butter and jelly. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, for one, there's not even any actual peanuts in it.
Oh.
I think that might have to do with the cocoa butter.
Oh.
That might have something to do with it.
Oh.
Maybe when it coagulates with the cocoa nibs or something. That's what I there's no peanuts in it, so that's interesting. That's why I'm like, it's weird. I don't get as much grape on the taste. I get it more in the aroma.
I got the peanut butter smell, and then I got the grape, and then when I taste it, I get mostly grape.
I think that's cool though that you get something different than I do. I even taste like from it, the maltiness kind of tastes like that bread, that crust to me. So I actually can taste the witch of the sandwich.
Okay. And see, the witch of the sandwich. And see, I don't get that. I don't get that either. Let me take another swig.
I'll do that too. No, this one I get more grape now. Now it's starting to degas a little bit.
Grape E.
Grape
E.
Like that grape drink.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, man, it's not bad.
I like the first one more though.
Definitely so. I'm wondering if the mouthfeel, because that one was so on point. But this one, I wanted it to have that same mouthfeel. But again, I'm wondering if they did that on purpose for the whole peanut butter and jelly vibe to make it lighter, like white bread. So was that which part of it? Was that what you were getting? Like that kind of breadiness?
Yeah, okay. With the crust, the bread.
Okay. Yeah, it's all right.
We roller coaster now.
It's all right.
That's true, but I think the flavor's still pretty good.
If you a fan of grapes,
for sure,
definitely,
yeah, for sure,
fuck with this beer.
Interesting. Anyways, what else is interesting is Ballast Point.
Again,
they got motherfuckers sold out again. Twice. Now it's this hand-me-down brewery.
So do you think they'll go 3 times?
I don't know. The company who bought Ballast Point only paid $1 billion for it, for the whole shebang bag. That's a crazy deal.
For everything.
For Ballast Point, yes. Wow. All them big-ass breweries and facilities and everything that, like, they have Ballast Point grocery stores and shit like that.
What?
They started out as a homebrew store, turned into a brewery, and then from what I understand, they got grocery stores now.
Interesting. I didn't know that. So they're like Aldi's or some shit?
I don't fucking know.
Like, bro, I didn't know that. And now just refresh my memory if I'm mistaken. They did the Sculpins, right?
Yep, Sculpins and Victory at Sea.
Yeah, Victory at Sea.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I remember the first time I had, I think I might have had pineapple Sculpin, grapefruit Sculpin, and that was, I don't know, maybe 3 years ago, maybe. Might even be longer than that. And I remember like, oh my God, this is fucking fantastic. Mm-hmm. Back in the day, and then I started drinking other stuff, and I'm like,
it's all right.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
And I remember reading, but somehow the company that bought it, how did that work out, Trent? Because it was like the company that bought it, it was some sort of somebody knew somebody, and then somebody had some cheese. And
so originally they got bought out by Constellation brands.
Right.
And then Constellation sold them to what the media is saying is the brewery called Kings and Convicts.
Right, Kings and Convicts.
In Chicago, but I don't believe that one fucking bit.
Well, and that's what a lot of motherfuckers I've been talking to a little bit about.
It's a tiny ass brewery in Chicago that only does 660 barrels a year. That sounds like an investment company.
Mm-hmm. Like a shell company.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like the company that bought Fountain Square and New Day. Like they're an investment company. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure that's an investment company buying that, because what little ass brewery, no matter where you are, that only does 660 barrels a year, how can you afford another brewery that's that big?
Unless you have some rich Uncle Kings and
correct convicts.
Convicts, or maybe your rich uncle was a convict.
Rags are riches.
What you got over there, Bubba Brains?
So Constellation brand bought Ballast Point for $1 billion. Kings and Convicts didn't spend that much.
Oh, okay.
That's how a smaller brewery was able to acquire them, because I guess at this point they're no longer worth that much.
Fire sale.
So
kind of like a Dark Horse.
Yeah, exactly.
So if Constellation was willing to let them go for less than what they paid for them, there's obviously something the public doesn't know about. At least that's what I understand.
Well, I think it's the fact that they got bought out and then their shit went bad. It's not as good as it used to be.
No doubt.
And people don't give a fuck about them anymore because
no doubt.
They were huge. And I used to be one of those people who flipped over them. And now they ain't shit.
Bruh. They ain't shit. They ain't shit. Which is interesting. So you go into this whole buyout thing, and there's been all the buyouts that's happening, and we've had folks on panel discussions, things like that. And they always say, well, when you get bought out, what happens to that quality?
Most of the time
consistency. And most of the time it slips. And I believe that's, like you said, when Constellation bought them out, I think that's when I don't even know that I was really drinking them that heavy when that happened. But it seems like between the fact that their quality, at least I think that's what I heard you say, their quality started to slide. But then they also, at the same time, I think started to distro heavier.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Constellation buying them, we wouldn't have gotten them in the first place here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So then, you combine those two factors.
Yeah, it's
and now all of a sudden you got $1 billion you got $1 billion company that might be that's
not
$1 billion.
Not even $1 billion anymore.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but I wonder how much they pay, because that $1 billion is still $1 billion.
Like, what the fuck happened though is what I want to know. Like, what actually happened? Why are they literally worth less than $1 billion now?
That, well, again, probably
like the concrete evidence, like
sure.
Why? You know what I'm saying? Because that motherfucker's got breweries and Disneylands and shit.
Fucking shit.
You know what I'm saying? So what the fuck happened? For real.
And it ain't like Constellation don't have money.
Nah, they got some cheese.
They got some cheese. Man, an interesting thing. But if I'm Constellation, if I'm thinking about it from a business perspective, I'm thinking Constellation's like, like any big company that owns brands, Johnson & Johnson, whatever, they have brands, and then there's certain brands that aren't performing. So then they take it, they dump money into it, but, I don't know, did they keep the motherfuckers who was running it before, the management team, whatever, so you change management teams, or maybe the culture kind of fucks up.
Or maybe you change brewers or
whatever. You change brewers, whatever. It's a lot of factors that go into it, but then at the end of the day, all those things combined then takes the value of that brewery down, and then you see somebody like Constellation says, well, and we're going into a possible downturn type shit.
Probably should just sweep the dirt under the table type shit. Well, we fucked up. Let's just get rid of it real quick.
Because they can do that.
Oh, yeah, and they'll be cool.
Yeah,
they already made their money back.
They made their money back, and whatever they lost, if they lost anything, they wrote this shit off.
Yeah.
Interesting to see what will come of this, though.
I wouldn't mind trying them out here in about 6 months to 8 months, maybe in a year, and see what happens.
Do you have any intel on this convicts and like what beers they put out? I mean, do they have any flagships? Do people talk about their beer at all?
I never really heard of them until just recently. I mean, they do like hazy stuff and
of course,
typical what I like to call Chicago style beer.
Like Chicago style pizza type
Yeah,
shit?
Basically.
Okay.
But we'll see what happens. What? This is how we do it. We just got bought out.
Bruh, but I'm telling you, I think 2020 is going to be fucking off the chain for craft beer. because it seems like this is happening a lot more regular
and really fast. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Boy, what a time to be alive.
Shit. Shit.
Fucking shit.
Fucking shit, dude.
And as we rinse our glasses.
Rinse.
Rinse. Make sure you rinse your glasses, y'all. They got I know you all was shitty on Bourbon County, but they do have that at the CB.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Why was you so shitty about Bourbon County, seeing as though the peak has gone and everybody's got their shit and everybody's posted it on social media? Them same motherfuckers who shit on Budweiser, by the way.
That's true. That's true. I think so I didn't buy any. I don't buy that shit. But I think what really got me flustered, not even the fact that beer even came out again this year and everyone did their whole... It wasn't even that. It was the fact...
Brother Trent got flustered.
It was the fact that there was this liquor store.
Uh-oh.
I'm not going to say the name or where it's at, but there's a liquor... Not in town. It's like in a different state.
Okay.
A liquor store that was... had a fuck ton of variants and that... I mean, as much as any place can get all kinds of variants. Reserved, like 4-year-old, barreled, like...
Yeah.
All the new variants, whatever. And in order to even be able to have the chance to purchase them, you had to spend at least $25 in-house and at least buy a Bourbon County OG version to even get a chance
to get the variants. Mm-hmm. That's how motherfuckers get down.
That's annoying.
Bruh, I agree.
That's fucked up.
What else is annoying? And to the whole CB point, and I've heard this before, even talking to Troy at court. What I don't like about it, now I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna probably grab 2 because I got a vertical going for I think like 3 years back. So I'm gonna get 2 of the base because I know that shit cheap and available. Finish out my vertical. So I had 2 verticals, and at some point down the road in the future, whatnot, I'll drink them just to have them. I will say this: what I don't like about Goose now is the fact that you got to buy beer that nobody really drinks in order to even get that shit in the first place. Yep. So during the year, at least is what Troy said, and I think Ed Doug might have said the same shit. You have to buy like some shit like Sophie.
Mm-hmm. Or 312 or whatever.
Or 312, yeah. and as much as you sell of that shit during the year determines how much of of Bourbon County and the variants you get, even if you get variants. Mm-hmm. So when CB had their tap takeover, they had the regular Bourbon County and the cherry shit, but they also had, I think, Sophie on the tap takeover. So it's like, if you want these, you got to take this. Mm-hmm. And, man, ain't nobody drinking Sophie, dog. You know what I mean? I like sours, but I ain't drinking Sophie.
Yeah, for sure.
I drank that shit 3 years ago and thought it was all right.
Yeah.
I ain't drinking Sophie in 2019. But got to sell it to get the variants.
Correct.
And see, I don't like that, man. That's that whole big beer squeezing. Mm-hmm. To make sure that shit that ain't nobody wanting, you have to push that shit.
That's that marketing.
Yep. Got to push that shit. So I don't think that's fair, man.
No, I don't think so either. And speaking of verticals, it kind of reminded me of something. I saw where they actually came out with a box for Black Friday, and it came out with this year's, last year's, and 2017 in one box.
Okay.
And the cheapest I saw it was like $35. Okay, which I mean that's a pretty decent
for 4 beers or 3.
3 variants, 3 different years. So I mean, sure,
that's about
sure.
Right,
I'd probably pay that.
Yeah.
But I saw other places selling the same box for like $65.
Fucking unbelievable.
Also, there's some where you had to buy $50 worth of whatever to even be able to purchase the box.
See?
Like, come on, y'all. What the hell y'all doing? Cracked open another one. This one is Imperial Maple Milkshake Stout. So this time it's got Michigan maple syrup.
Because that's the only maple syrup that's good.
ABV 825, 20 IBUs. There's actually
You said 8.5?
8.25.
Really?
And it tells you the proprietary blend of malts this time.
Oh, they ain't keeping this a secret.
No, so we've got Pilsner, chocolate, crystal, biscuit, black, white wheat, and Belgian dark caramel.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Now, Brother Trent, to the uneducated folks like myself, how does that's a lot? That's a lot.
It sounds a lot, but it's not.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to get at. It sounds like a lot, but is it really a lot? And how does that play into the process?
So just a quick nutshell: to make bigger beers or even stouts for that matter, because most stouts are kind of bigger for the most part.
Yeah.
So more malt, more sugar, more alcohol.
More fermentable sugars.
Yeah, so you have to have a base malt. So I'm guessing their base malt's probably Pilsner or white wheat, something lighter, just to get that sugar content.
Okay.
And then like the dark Belgian caramel and the chocolate malt, those are your darker malts that gives it the color. The robust burntness, your coffee flavor, stuff like that.
You said the what malts?
It
to give it the color.
And this one per se could be the Belgian. What was that? It could be the dark Belgian caramel, the black or white wheat.
Okay.
Or even the biscuit malt probably give it some color too. So crystal.
How would the white wheat give it color?
Not white wheat. Sorry, I meant the chocolate.
Okay.
So Pilsner, crystal, and white wheat will probably be your lighter base malts, and then the chocolate, the black wheat, and the biscuit and dark Belgian caramel is your flavor and your color.
Flavor and color.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay.
So I noticed on this one that the head is different color. It's darker.
It's
head.
definitely darker.
I can see that it actually has some body to it without even drinking it. It looks like it's got some body.
Oh, we will hope so.
But we'll find out.
We will find out.
The head's pretty solid.
It is. It died, but is resuscitated.
Right back. Yep.
Resuscitated real easy.
Bring that machine out. What's that called? They have those machines at schools and stuff where if people pass out or have heart attacks. They have
the defib.
Yeah, the defibrillate. Yeah, defibrillate this beer. Clear.
Clear. There's the head.
Yeah.
We have a head now.
More head, yo.
More head, yo. Boop. Boop.
So it smells like maple.
Definitely get some maple.
Yeah, there's that body.
True.
Here it is.
Well, so we're 2 for 3.
I wish that would have been that one
yes.
and that one too.
Yes,
like
agreed.
Every milkshake beer that they make should be this consistency.
Absolutely, man. And I will say this too: when you were talking about you called it even before you drank it. You was like, I think the body's gonna be on point with this one.
I've not had this either.
No, you had not.
No.
Nope. Definitely get that maple.
I think the maple counteracts the burntness of the stout really well, in my opinion.
Agreed. It's balanced.
It melds good.
Yep. It balances out good. I'm having a hard time getting a lot of the cocoa. I mean, I get it, but I don't get a lot of it.
It's mostly maple and the darker malts. Robust.
Yep.
Of it being robust for sure.
Yep. But man, I can fuck with this though. And it says the featured hop is Magnum. Like Magnum PI.
Yeah. 357 Magnum.
Oh. You're feeling lucky, punk. Hey, I'm feeling lucky with Rochester Mills right now, dog. I'm kind of tripping.
Yeah, 2 for 3 ain't bad
2 for
so
3
far.
ain't bad. It's not bad at all. I can fuck with this, Brother Trent.
I think this is my fave so far.
Well, so far so good, but I really did like that sweetest pie.
Yep.
I really did. To your point though, if the body, I don't know, man. I don't know if the body on this would have played well with that sweetest pie. I think it would have certainly you know, mouthfeel wise, been like, oh man, this is really great. But at the same time, though, I really think the mouthfeel with that flavor on that first one, that sweetest pie, I think it was right where it needed. It was right for that beer. Exactly.
Now I think the second one that we had should have been that consistency.
Agreed.
That should have been thicker.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
Yes, indeed, man. And interesting about this one, right? So they just have the maple leaf on it.
It's just dark, flat black.
Yep.
And then bright ass like copper red, like almost brick red foil type of feel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would have thought that they would have maybe put some maybe would have made it a little, maybe threw some gold on there, man, or maybe well, I guess with the label though they couldn't have done a brown, but it's actually a nice label.
Yeah, it's different from all the other ones that we have because it's not a lot going on. But I also think that for that particular label, they should have had trees in the background with the
That's
buckets
a good point.
getting the syrup out of the trees and stuff.
Ooh,
That's what I would see if they made one like that as well. But I also like that because it's not loud like the other ones.
yeah.
There's a lot going on with that.
You said loud. Yeah. That's dope. Don't nobody say loud.
Pun intended.
Like Whoop.
Oops, sorry.
Beep, 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 beep.
Do you like this one?
It's an Imperial, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's good. I like the first one better.
She looked at me and she just goes, yeah.
You know, I will say I wouldn't have probably picked this to be, 8.2?
Yes.
Or, yeah,
8.25.
8.25. Yep, 8 1/4. I probably would have figured that to probably be more in the 7 range, to be honest.
I would say 6.5, 7-ish for sure.
Mm-hmm. Not bad, man.
I would definitely buy a 4-pack of this.
Oh, no doubt. Man, if they barrel aged that shit,
I probably like that better.
bruh, I would fuck with this beer.
Well, the cool thing they do with these beers, the ones that get the most attention, they revisit and bring them out in 4-packs.
Oh.
So that toasted marshmallow one we had,
Oh,
that
true.
was in a
True.
4-pack.
True.
So they do that. I've seen that. They'll do that. So.
Well, Rochester Mills, if you listen to the Mohead Y'all podcast and you want to fuck with a beer in a barrel, you might want to think about this
That maple
beer. Get that maple in there, bruh. Mm-hmm.
So there's a chance that we could maybe make that happen at the fort. Because I bought another pack of it, and there's a barrel aged version that came with it. We could probably do a little bit,
Do a
little
mixy
blend.
mix? Ooh.
Have a little fun with it.
Yeah, boy. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, boy. All right. Rochester Mills 2 for 3 on the body. Yeah.
Hard slugger.
What is up, guys? Team Mohead. It's your girl having brains. Now, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just have to take a second to tell you about one of our amazing sponsors. Cork Liquors of Columbus, Indiana is hands down the best one-stop shop for all of your libation needs. They have one of the largest selections of craft beer, spirits, and wine from not only just Indiana, but around the world. Their friendly and knowledgeable staff are always on their game with recommendations about what's new and what's to know. Now, I myself tend to frequent the Make Your Own 6-pack shelf, but that's because for just over $10, I can get 6 different craft beers so that I don't have to commit to one specific style for the night. Cork Liquors has the best of all things, and with multiple locations, there is most definitely one near you. Thirsty? Drink local, and Cork Liquors is where it's at. Thanks, y'all. Now back to our show.
What else is going on in the world?
So there's this brewery called Sycamore Brewing Company.
Mm-hmm.
Came out with their winter cookie ale label recently. It's a little risque.
Do tell.
So, at first, from a glance, it looks like an ugly sweater.
Okay.
So, it looks like an ugly sweater, right? Just from afar, right? But if you get up to it a little closer and dig a little deeper, there's all kinds of little reindeers on it. And if you look at the reindeers, what are they doing?
Oh.
So there's a bunch of different reindeers on the label, in this different sex positions.
I mean, are these reindeer really 69?
There's 69. There's one getting its dick sucked. There's one getting it from behind.
Getting the doggy style.
Yeah.
We gonna have to call it like reindeer style now. I mean, what's going on?
Santa style.
Santa style. Lift up that belly, woman. Let me get it in you.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Bro, this is 8 up.
Yeah. So definitely the government got a hold of them.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. So they got to pay, from what I've read, from $500 to $1,000 fine.
I mean, just for the publicity alone, I'd pay it.
Well, it was funny because the owner was talking to the government official about this, and they said that they sat down and
this is 8 up, y'all. Y'all really need to, heaven, please put a post to this because, oh, good Lord.
So they said that the owner and the government official sat down, was going to start talking about, and it was dead silent for about 2 or 3 minutes, and they both started just busting out laughing together at the same time. They both equally agreed that it's funny, and it's really not that bad.
It's not. I mean, it's not graphic.
But people are getting shitty about it. So there's churches, schools, other local businesses are getting pissy about it. It's not sold in grocery stores. It's sold in the brewery and liquor stores, but people are like, oh my God, they're fucking. And that reindeer's getting his Rudolph sucked off.
Like, yo, stodgy fucking teetotaling ass ain't never tried to get your dick sucked.
I mean, come on.
Man, see that, man, God damn it, man. People are so, if they put energy towards more productive shit.
Like trying to cure cancer or world hunger or
anything like that, the environment. I mean, I don't know. Something that, I don't know, the water situation. I don't know.
Maybe trying to do a good effort to bring Creed back. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, bruh. I mean, actually get the government to find like Tupac and Biggie and Bin Laden on the island that they're on. I mean, anything, man. Anything more productive than that.
Yeah.
Bruh.
I want one of them cans. So if y'all can get a hold of that beer, you should probably send it this way.
Hey, you know what? We could probably, I would actually send an IG message to them or email or some shit and be like, you know what? We support your right to exploit
freedom
reindeer.
Expression.
Oh, I was going to say exploit reindeer.
My bad.
Yeah, freedom of expression. That's what I meant to say.
Freedom of putting reindeers on fucking on any can that we want.
Well, but I mean, it ain't like reindeer don't do that.
Yeah, that's more of a natural thing, really. It would be like if Zawanzix put an orangutan with his big ass saggy titties on the front of it, playing with his titties or something, people would get shitty about it. Animals do that.
That's what they do.
You know what I'm saying?
Humans have sex.
Correct.
Animals have sex.
And some people have sex with animals.
Oh,
that's a no-no.
That it's true, but oh my gosh. And as we move along from that, because that's, oh my gosh.
So what do you got in news-wise?
I don't know that I have anything to top that, man. Oh my gosh. You know what, Brother Trent? I actually don't have news. I just have experiences. But remember last week I told you that I hooked up with that youngster?
Yes.
And gave him that
can trade?
Did the can trade, man. So he was super stoked about getting the beer, as I said, and he drank one of them. It was one of the slushies. Loved it. Said it was the best sour beer he ever had.
Okay. Okay.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, Trent. The youngsters, and I'm not throwing shade on youngsters. I'm saying what the state of affairs are. That beer is nothing but a sweet, fruity, jammy ass freaking Berliner. And you know the youngsters, they like that. They like them sweet beers. That's why Rochester Mills putting milk sugar and shit. Just saying. And in any other brewery who are doing like sweet, sugary, cut the bitter type beers. That kid love that beer. I ain't mad at him.
Good for him though.
That's what I'm saying. Good for him.
Which
though.
one was it, if you don't mind?
Oh God, you would ask me that. I can't think of it right off the top of my head, but it was one of the ones that was kind of like a dark red.
Was it the mattress Slurpee one? Or
God, I can't remember right off the top of my head.
Or was it the dirty rug one?
I can't remember right off the top of my head, to be honest with you. It was from a couple releases ago.
Yeah.
But moral of the story though with that is, well, not the moral. I'll say this before I say the moral. Man, I will say, man, 450 slushies, people, and they're decent for the most part. And actually, if you compare them to the folks who are doing those beer styles, I mean, they like top 3, 4, 5 beers
For sure.
in that lane. Moral of the story is, like we always say, whatever is your lane, and fuck with it. Again, these youngsters though, man, that's why these breweries are doing beers like that, man. Folks just don't like that bitter anymore.
For
man.
sure. They don't like the taste of beer in general.
Bruh, preach.
They really don't.
Preach. They don't like the taste of beer, but I will drink a beer
if it don't taste like
if
a
it
beer.
don't take like
Yeah.
exactly if it don't taste like a beer.
That's
and
why those slushies are hot.
That's exactly right. And a Berliner, now I heard a rumor, and you could probably verify this for me. Berliners over in the motherland of Berliner, in Berliner land, in the land of Berliner, the Berliners over there, they actually put like flavoring in Berliners over in the motherland.
So traditionally, kind of like Gozes. I don't know what started first. Gose, people with Gose started doing this, or Berliner. Maybe it's Berliner. I don't know what came before, the chicken or the egg.
I don't know.
But they make Berliner Weiss, and then you have that option at the bar to have different syrups.
Yes, syrups
pumped into them.
Yes,
different fruits or whatever you want.
Yep.
Yeah,
infused.
Yeah, infused. Yeah. But I just saw the other day where they released a Camp Crystal Lake slushy.
I saw that shit, dog.
I'm not gonna, and they. I think that's really cool coming from a horror kind of guy. I think that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I guarantee they're gonna be getting a letter on that one. I think
they actually said that somebody gave them the idea, like a patron gave them the idea. I saw on Instagram. Hey, motherfucker. Hey,
to each to their own, though.
To each to their own, man. To each to their own. So, thank you for answering that question, Brother Trent, because I would, and not saying that I am, but if I was defending the style, it would be the American interpretation of that.
Yeah, it's
right?
like when Lindemans, when they started making their traditional beers, and they realized that the American market wants sweeter beers at the time. This was like in the 60s, 70s.
Oh, that far back.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
They started sweetening the shit out of them.
Man, them Lindemans are sweet as fuck.
They are sweet, and I do like them. But
I ain't gonna front, I do too.
But they are to the American palate.
Exactly.
Sweet, no beer flavor, no real sourness.
Nope.
They didn't want to taste the funk and all that shit.
Nope.
But now it's kind of flipped 180 reverse type shit. Like when Willy Wonka goes, he starts talking, he goes, whoa. Scratch that, reverse it this way, please.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, I hope, just like any trend, that it will go back around to beer tasting like beer.
I think it will. I think it's starting to already.
I hear rumblings. Why do you think so?
Because right now the lagers and pilsners are really hot right now, and they're starting to get even more hotter. And I will say this: I called this shit like over a year ago. I was like, lagers, pilsners are going to be the new thing, and all of a sudden,
the new old thing.
You know, speaking of old things, you know what? A style that just fucking died
What's that?
Real quick. It came real fast, and then it just got rock star status, and then it went to alcoholic, and then it just went to rehab. It's not really hot no more. The brewed style.
You're right. I was thinking you were going to say that.
Ain't nobody doing brewed. Talking about brewed no more.
Not really.
Not really now.
Not really.
Like it was over the summer, early in the year.
Earlier, yeah, because the first brewed that I had was, oh boy, what is this, 19? The first brewed IPA that I had was probably September of 2018. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And then to your point, about what? February, March, April, somewhere in there.
I would say before that.
What'd you say before that?
Probably fucking November, December.
Okay.
Skyrocket.
When did you first? Oh, that would have been about that time.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say, yeah, about the same time. Now to get to thinking about it.
Yep. Now, I mean, we still do ours, but I've noticed and even in other breweries too. There's just that the brews aren't selling anymore like they used to.
I think Indiana City, that I can remember here local, are the only ones who are even still doing brews, because at the fundraiser we had that I think it was Calypso brew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they, I mean, if they tried, I mean, Indiana City does what they do, but it wasn't they took the traditional style of brew and like just crossed wires with them.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of wires being crossed, this beer has like blueberry pancake wires crossed.
Me dead. That smells good.
Bruh, I ain't gonna front.
So, disclaimer, last year they came out with the barrel-aged blueberry version last year.
Oh.
And that was me and Brains' favorite.
Okay.
This smells just like it.
Without the bourbon?
Without the wood. Without that reindeer wood.
That woody woodpecker.
But it's okay, so we just busted out.
What did we bust out?
The blueberry pancake milkshake stout.
Bruh.
Ale brewed with milk sugars, blueberries, and wheat flour. She's over there.
Of course, wheat flour.
She's over there getting it.
Oh,
not
there's
weed,
more?
not weed flour. Wheat. But I'm sure now, since now it's legal, they're gonna be doing some weed flour.
Legalize.
Are you okay over there?
Another 5.2.
You've been waiting for this for months. So it smells great.
And the proprietary 7 malt blend.
Got a stack of blueberry flapjacks, fresh blueberries on top.
You know what's funny about this is the stack of pancakes is fuzzy, but the blueberries themselves, and Brother Trent just fell back in his chair. Oh, we have to get out the defibrillator. We gotta resuscitate this motherfucker.
Tesseract this shit.
We gotta resurrect this motherfucker. Ow! I'm reading the can, y'all. I haven't indulged
so here,
yet.
trade me.
But let me just say this though. The head is Mo head, y'all, official for sure.
Yep.
A little lighter on the color, but I mean it's frothy.
Yeah, she's a frothy bitch. She's also 5.2 at 20 IBUs with the proprietary 7 malt blend, like you said a second ago.
And the aroma, y'all.
If y'all got questions, call 248-377-3130. And call Rochester Mills. Say, hey, what's up? This is good. And it's got that body because it's got that wheat flour in there, so it's going to have that body, a little kind of viscous type of feel to it.
I want more though, Brother Trent. I do.
Of this one?
Body wise.
Oh yeah.
Body
for sure.
wise. I do. I want more body wise.
For sure.
This, it reminds me of the peanut butter and the peanut butter jelly time.
I think if you had to rate it from lightest to heaviest in body, it would be lightest. Blueberry would be next.
Yes.
Then the pecan,
and then the maple.
Yep.
No doubt. I would rate it that way. I will say, again, flavor on point. I really, really want it to be more body-wise like that Sweetest Pie.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I want it to be like that. So interesting. The kind of, I don't know, I guess the kind of similar beer ideas. So you got peanut butter and jelly. You said the witch part of it. So you got the bread part with this. You got the bread part with the pancakes
type of feel. Yeah.
And nope, it doesn't have that on there. So it's interesting. These two remind me body wise of the same beer.
It was probably the same batch.
Probably. And then you have these two here that have a real nice body. The flavor on this one is, man, the flavor on this one was just so, man, with the body was just so on point, man. I just wish and I'm sure they had to do this on purpose, because how you going to do these two like that and then not do the other two like that? So it has to be intentional.
Sure.
That these two have a lighter body. But, man, I wish that these two had, man, maybe 25, 30, 40% more body.
For sure.
I agree. It would be the truth. But I can't front, though. Aroma-wise, dope. Flavor-wise, dope. And the body isn't that bad. I just want more.
For sure. Yeah. So, I mean, if you had to rate each one as a whole, which one would you pick to make the 4-pack?
No doubt the sweetest pie.
I would agree.
The sweetest pie, no doubt. The maple would come in a nice second.
I think, in my opinion, so this is really good, but last year's the Imperial barrel-aged blueberry one, that one was way fucking better.
Why do you say so?
A, more alcohol. It was like 9%.
No doubt.
B, the body was really heavy. Like, it was like basically these two had a baby.
Oh.
So the mouthfeel was heavy. It was barrel-aged, so you got some wood, some oak type of feel on the top of all the other flavors you get. And this one, it was, I don't know why they didn't they should have just brought both of them back. They should have brought this one and then the other one to do the compare side-by-side type of feel. So, yeah, in my opinion, pecan sweetest pie is my fave out of the 4.
I second that emotion. Please, Rochester Mills, put that shit in a 4-pack.
ASAP.
Like Rocky. Or Ferg.
Balboa.
Oh, or Balboa. I was going new school. You going old school.
So there's one thing I want to talk about real quick that popped in my mind that really kind of stuck with me today.
What's that, homie?
So Tech 9 was randomly out at Walmart just recently. Didn't publicize anything. Didn't say nothing to nobody. Someone snagged a picture of him by himself.
Okay.
Going to the checkout.
Okay.
With a pallet just full of toys. Didn't say nothing about it. Wasn't trying to
for real pallet
flash. Yeah, like a legit pallet just full of like Nerf guns and like bikes and, you know, stuffed animals. And he went to go give that shit to kids for Christmas.
That's what's up.
I think that's very cool.
Hell
and
yeah.
very humble.
Hell
and
yeah.
that's what Christmas is all about.
Bruh, come man, preach.
Not Santa Claus, not reindeers. It's about giving, about respect, about giving somebody something that they can't have that you can get all the fucking time.
All the time.
Just help your fellow human out.
Bruh.
If it's not Christmas, any other time, but, you know, especially with the holidays and people getting all mushy, and it makes sense.
Man, preach. That is, thank you for sharing that, man. That's a good story. I have to be that guy. Not to shoot on Tech 9, because hell yeah, props out to you, man. I lament about the fact that why can't we just do this shit all year round?
All the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
Every day.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? I believe that if we had, and again, I guess 45 days is better than nothing. But what if the spirit that people have during this 45 days lasted 365 days?
The world
would be a much better place. I agree. Man. A much better place.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So my encouragement to anybody out there that's listening, just think about that. If you ain't already thinking about that, if we could just be good humans 365 days a year, what kind of impact could we make on the world?
Yeah. It would literally change shit. Like, it would change shit.
It would
straight up.
Straight up. Straight up.
Just change it.
Yep. Yep. But shout out to Tech 9 though. And along that same line, before we wrap up, we may have a line on that Stone Cold beer.
Oh, for real?
Oh, bro.
Oh, shit.
Oh, bro. We might have a line on it. That's all I'm going to say right now. But
All
we
right.
might have a line on the beer.
Okay.
I will let you know within the next 10 days.
Say word. Say a word.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
And on that note, if Steve Austin, if you listening out there, we gonna drink your beer, motherfucker. I promise you.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, these are only 4 of the 12 that you can get in the offering in the box.
So we only drank 1/3 of the beer
Correct.
that was in that box.
Correct. There's
boy.
there's still a bunch more.
Oh, boy. And Christmas is on its way.
Ching, 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 ching.
Oh, my God. Man, if Santa Claus dropped a shit ton of beer down my chimney, I'd be a happy guy. I wonder if he does that.
Drops beer and presents? Is that what you mean?
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, if I was good in 2019, I mean, that motherfucker should drop some beer in my fucking chimney. I'm just saying.
St. Nick, if you listening, go get your boy some beer for Christmas.
We gonna talk about that next week. Like, what if that's gonna be what we gonna one of the things we talk about next week. We just gonna talk about, like, if Santa actually dropped beer down the chimney, what would be on my beer list to Santa? That shit gonna happen next week.
Okay.
God damn it.
That's the motherfucking blueberry wheat flour.
God.
See?
I'm gluten intolerant. I can't take that wheat flour.
Help.
And on that note, while I'm
Sieging the fuck out from this wheat.
Oh, the wheat. I got the wheat belly, y'all.
God damn it, Rochester, and your gluten motherfucking
and the
beans.
lactose. And the lactose. Oh, shit. We'll see you next time, y'all, if we survive.
Bye.
Help.
Thanks for hanging out, y'all.
If you have some comments, questions, concerns, a funny joke, or beer suggestions, hit up Brains in her email at heaven, HEAVEN, at moheadjall.com.
Remember to enjoy responsibly.
Take care of each other.
And always, pour heavy.